last official ride in the Mustang. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are trading in the Mustang today for, I think, a pretty cool ride. So the Mustang that I learned manual on, actually first let's get this out of the way because I know you guys have been bombarded by it all month, but the giveaway is going on right now. I got this cool new RFR shirt. There's two on the website right now, and the back of it is right here. I love shirts that have back text. I just feel like they're so cool. The punk rock shirt, get it right now, times 10 entries. Make sure you get on this giveaway for the Raptor. Perfect for the winter season. I wish I was getting a Raptor. I guess that knocks that off the scale. So you guys are probably like, God only knows what he's getting now. So the Mustang, Beaver hooking me up. He'd hook anyone up. Like, he can't just blatantly give me a deal or give me an insane amount of cash for the Mustang. So the reason I'm getting so much is because Whitmore itself is that good of a business. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the Mustang rumble. Probably the last time I'm ever going to start this vehicle up. That's quite sad. Before, I didn't really care, and now that like I'm on the way to the dealership, it actually is pretty sad that I have to give up this car. So I'm on my way to pick up Mike. We're going to take a quick ride down to Whitmore and trade this puppy in. Rocking the GoPro Hero 9. You can hear, once I get the revs down on this thing, you can hear how horrible I ruined this car essentially with the lowering coilovers I put on it. It's, before I complain about it a little bit, but now that I'm giving it up, I can be pretty transparent about it. It sounds awful. I hope you guys can hear it, see how bumpy it is. I understand whenever you do this, I've said this before, with coilovers, you're gonna sacrifice a lot of comfort. I didn't think though I was gonna be sacrificing this much sanity. It is insanely embarrassing how loud, clunky it is just by me driving in a straight line. I mean, listen, it sounds like metal is snapping. So what Beaver's gonna do is he's gonna have his guys put on the stock springs and front suspension, everything back on to normal, so it's 100% the way it was. I did a promotion for these guys before because they hooked me up with product. I never said they were good, I just said, hey, these guys are hooking me up, so here it is. At the 717 Abode headquarters, Earth outside, giveaway Raptor, and the brand new, well, new to the channel for Street Speed, Duramax LBZ Super Mint. I actually like the red, Mike doesn't, so we're gonna have to take a quicker look at that later tonight. And then the Raptor itself, the big giveaway Raptor. This thing is so cool. I like the matte finish. But the giveaway Raptor, hit that up down below. Awesome merch. The new Venti New Year's Eve party going on tonight, depending on whenever this, oh my God, he got the new speaker, the JBL. This is like almost $2,000, this thing, and it's sick. We might shatter the windows. A few things I actually wanted to go over on the Mustang itself that I cannot believe they're giving me this much. First off is the stains all over the wrap. Some of these are a little permanent. I don't know how else to describe it. I've scrubbed and scrubbed. You can make it look almost brand new. I'm sure with some severe detailing tools, you'll be able to get rid of this stuff. I, at home, do not. The antenna, all jacked up, just little nitpick things like that. But to make up for it, we got the new 2013, 2014 taillights on there. And then obviously the plastic on a vehicle this old, going on 10 years old, is gonna be a little bit faded. Wheels, they actually held up really well. They need washed severely. But the wheels on this thing, they're the track pack wheels, so like it's better than stock. And then the rubber itself getting a little bit low. It would still pass for inspection, but yeah, definitely will need some new rubber here coming up. And the rear rotor is rusted. The front rotors, though, on the other hand, are practically brand new. So those are in good shape. The calipers actually are in good shape too. They just need washed up, and the wheels themselves need washed up. On the front here, this was like this whenever I bought it, but there's some overspray, I guess, from whenever they had to touch up the bumper. Don't know what that's from. And then someone was working on this with like rings or letting their tools smack on the front of the car here, because that's all scratched up. The headlights are starting, the fog lights rather, are starting to oxidize, but we made up for that with brand new Alpha Rex, amazing halogen headlights. Like any other vinyl wrap, you're gonna have a few issues. On this one, it's not too bad, but it's stuff that the dealership's either gonna have to correct or just remove the wrap entirely. So down here, the wrap is starting to peel. This is really only one of the spots where maybe a little bit of dirt got underneath. And keep in mind, this was a learner car to get wrapped. So it wasn't done by Shane or Curtis. It was just sort of overseen, and they did it for free for me. So that's why there's going to be a few issues here and there. And then like an idiot, I slapped these on. This one actually looks super clean. The other one though does not. Also, this piece of weather stripping here cracking severely. That would have to be replaced if you want this car to look mint. And then like every other windshield wiper, for some reason these all start to chip. I don't know if that's from ice smacking them or what, just because they're up here and exposed a little bit more, but the paint always chips on windshield wipers. Up here at the top, weather stripping starting to discolor. So this car, not in the best shape on the outside, but it's not in the worst either. So for 60,000 miles, I say it's about on par with what you'd expect with a 10-year-old muscle car. Going to the interior here, this is the base model 5.0. So this is about as low as you could get with a vehicle. The interior here, little bit of scuff, nothing too bad on the panel here, and they did have to bust off these plates. So the dealership, I'm sure, will be able to snap these right back in. I'm scared to do it because it's a little brittle, but they should have no problem doing that. And then like every other Mustang, you're going to have interior start to peel up. The vehicle is quite dirty. I haven't driven it in a long time. I've been driving the Raptor work vehicles, and then obviously the Duramax for the majority of the summer when I wasn't taking this thing out. So a little bit of dirt. Overall though, the inside condition on the center console, no scratches. Everything's like almost 100%, just a little bit dirty like I said. The steering wheel, whenever I bought this thing, right here you can see some texture, like a little elephant print. And then over here, it is almost worn down, not all the way through, but to the point that it's practically smooth. It is not inspected, but it would pass inspection if I needed it to. And if for whatever reason, I brought this up before, on the mirror, it's like a weird like fogging, like the glue is starting to separate here from wherever the other screen was. Like they put like, it's like a two layered mirror on here. It's like a protective film. So that is starting to come up as well. This thing is stupid clean. I don't know if it's just because like the dealership that it just came from maybe threw on a little bit of paint to make it look like there was no rust, but it is immaculate. I mean, there is like, I've never seen a Duramax this clean from this generation, because I never thought to look. And now that they're getting a little bit older, actually going up in value, if you can believe it, probably because Mike and some other YouTubers have been promoting it so much and how reliable they are, it's insane. Does he have it unlocked? Leather interior. It's actually really funny to see the back then, what fully loaded and everything, like the bells and whistles were. Bose sound system, which on the Duramax I had the LOY, that was not the case. It had some junk Chevy, whatever Chevy had back then that was just stock. But on this one, it seems that you get all the little bells and whistles that you would expect back then. The doors are a little more attractive looking than what you would see on, say, the LOY whenever I owned that. And if you can believe it, I didn't know that OnStar was a thing. I guess so back in 2007. Look at this. It actually has the gear shift that is essentially what they use now. I mean, it looks almost identical to what they use now for Chevy trucks. That is so cool, except right here, you'd have push button start. That's insane that the stock here is actually the same thing that they would use for the new Chevy trucks. That's awesome. All right, one final pull here for good time's sake. 60, so pretty high miles per hour. She's so quick, man. For the price, it's insane how quick this car is. God, dude, that's awesome. I'm gonna miss her so much. She was a lot of fun, super reliable, no engine complaints, so definitely gonna be missing this car. Final stretch here, last road before Whitmore. I cannot wait for this new chapter for the channel. We have all winter now to play with this machine. It's gonna be crazy. Summertime, we'll figure out something else. Maybe we're gonna go like expensive sports car, cheap truck build, and I think I'm doing the reverse of that, which doesn't seem right, but it's the route we're going right now, which is expensive truck, sort of expensive truck, at least for me, and cheap sport build. I'm sort of doing like the Send It Steve operation here. Oh my God.